everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to my channel. Today, of course, is the 5th update for the Partners in Cream project pan. Of course, all of the details are down in the description box. But of course, this wonderful project is focused on your non-powder items because they tend to expire a little bit faster. This project, of course, has been kind of focused a little bit more on day-to-day stuff for me. So we're going to see some big numbers, some good progress, and some exciting changes happening in this project. So let's dive into it. We are going to start off, of course, somewhat in order of application, but I guess not really, but it's fine. I'm going to start with my primer. The current primer, of course, this is my Tarte Glowtion. This is their Skin Perfector primer. Very much makes your face look a little greasy. Definitely that kind of dewy look. Doesn't show up the best on camera because, again, white packaging with a little bit of that light greeny blue color. And of course, I've been making very good progress on this. So when I rolled it into the project last month, I was up to here. And now I'm down to here, which makes me think it does taper in 2 to 3 months, I anticipate, for this primer, which means I'm going through primers quickly. It was new in last month, so this progress here is a total of 33 times since the last update. So very exciting progress on that. Again, as I anticipate 2 to 3 months on that guy. Next up is my Maybelline The Dream Urban Cover Foundation. It has SPF 50. My marks here, they're very interesting. So this has been in the project now for 2 whole months. That was my first update. That was my second update. That I showed a flashlight through it. That's where it's showing me. But again, maybe there is product kind of caught up on the sides a little bit. It looks like it's more down to here-ish or so, perhaps. But anyway, I'm just marking it there because that's where the flashlight showed me. I used this one 32 times since the last update. So 32 uses in here, which brought me to a total of 58 uses in this project over the last 2 months. So lots of good use on this. I am enjoying it. We're moving right along in there, which is good, again, because this does have an expiration date in November because of the SPF 50 in there. It's really hard to tell from progress because, again, 1 month, even though uses were fairly similar, so a couple more months probably on this guy. My super long haul product, so of course, Maybelline Color Tattoo 24-Hour Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Socialite. My goal, of course, is simply to use this at least 5 times every month. And I have been doing that. I did use it another 5 times this month. You'll see, of course, where I was with this particular item. There's not much of a difference. So this is where I'm at now. I've kind of been working on the sides. I'm trying to focus on that side, I think, a little bit. That side there. I'm trying to wear that down. It's not really happening. That is the shadow I have today. This is the only eyeshadow that I have all over the lid. Of course, I have a matte in my crease. But otherwise, everything you're seeing out besides the matte in the crease is this beautiful guy here. I do use it as a one and done. I have been watching other people's projects where they had featured these kind of products where they used it as a base and then did other shadows on top. But this is just, it's just so pretty and just such a good one and done that I don't think I'll use it as a base. So slow progress on this. I have used it a total of 28 times since the beginning of this project. So again, we're progressing along quite well, just slow, very slow. All right, guys, the next one, of course, is my Alleyoop Stack the Odds in Sassy Pants. Of course, the bronzer I had finished up earlier, and I was now working on just the blush. Last month, I did talk a little bit about how I wasn't sure I would get much usage on the blush, simply because of what I have rolled into my Graveyard Project pan, because the powder blush in that project doesn't really work with the pink cream in this one. But there may be stuff happening with that particular project, so subscribe. Don't miss the first update to the Graveyard Project pan, which will be coming at the end of this month. But because of those changes, I've actually made very good use on this blush here. Of course, you will have been seeing where I was last time. cream blush I have ever finished. So that means I have 2 empty pans in here. And of course, if you caught when I rolled this one in, there is a highlight in here, which I don't like cream highlights and I don't use this. So these 2 are going to count for my end of the year empties. And this one up here is going to be, unfortunately, decluttered just because it's not my preference. So I'll try to get a new home for that one. But that is super exciting because this is an item I wanted to have panned this year and have already done it. So I'm just so thrilled. So we'll have a replacement item for this at the end of the video. All right, also new to the project last month, a classic, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, or the Eraser, sorry, it's a multi-use correcting concealer. I have the brightening shade of this one, so I will use this underneath of the eyes because I get a lot of dark spots. That is the progress, which is not a lot, and I do think there's a fair amount up in the cap right now as well, because I had to roll it up the other day to get some more product. So those markings there that you guys are seeing, of course, where I rolled it in last month with where I am right now, that's 43 uses. Obviously, with a number like 43, that does include reapplications, because a product like this, I would use the same amount when I'm doing a reapplication versus the initial application in the morning. So I count them separately. Other things I don't, like lip products, I do count reapplications. Again, same logic. But things like a bronzer, like if I'm going to reapply a bronzer, I'm only going to be doing the cheekbones. So I technically don't count that as a use, even though it's a use. My brain is a little bit strange that way. But 43 uses, so we've got quite a long way to go. 4 or 5 months based on that. Again, this is one of these items that I feel like I haven't been very good at using it consistently, but obviously I made a ton of progress. So I feel like when I use it, it does go quite quickly. So we'll kind of see. Maybe it'll be done a little bit faster than I anticipate. And that's it. Those were the 5 items that I have rolled into this project. So let's take a moment because we have 1 replacement to roll in. If you guys have been catching this project since the beginning, I was telling you guys about, this was kind of where I was going to be featuring my cream blushes and rolling some of them in to just hit certain usage goals, hit pans, finish them off, do all of that kind of stuff. But there is a project coming soon that I can't fully talk about yet, but stay tuned, subscribe, because in that project, I will be, of course, continuing the saga of the cream blush use up. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. So for this project, I wanted to roll something different and so I don't have a project conflict. Because obviously I find conflicting items and projects a little bit on the stressful side because I want to make good progress on everything. But I also still wanted to add in a fun product because as you guys can see, right, primer, foundation, concealer, yes, those are getting a lot of movement, which is on the fun side, but they're just your basic products. They're not as exciting as, for example, a colored makeup item. And of course, I do have the eyeshadow, but I'm using it so little, right? Only those 5 times each month, so that's about once a week. So you're not going to see a ton of movement. So I wanted a colored makeup item that we could see some decent movement on. One of my goals, if you've been catching some of my other videos, is that I want to make a really good dent in my lip liners this year because I don't see much of a point for them for myself and my personal makeup preferences. So if I'm going to use a lip liner, I use it as an all over lip color. I don't just use it to line my lips and then use something else. So that's just the way I do it, at least at this point in my makeup career, at least at this point in my makeup journey. So what I've decided to do is actually add in a lip liner that moves very quickly and there's not a whole ton of it left. And that one comes to us from Essence. So this is their waterproof Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner. The shade I have, oh, and it's got a sharpener as well. That's exciting. The shade is 08 Stay Woke. It is the lip liner I am wearing today, but I do have it topped with this liquid lipstick. I do have it paired with this liquid lipstick from Ace Beauté in the shade Manifest. If you have seen my This Is Fantasy project, then this guy looks familiar. Of course, I did just put it over the top, so I did just use it. But when it settled, and you can see that massive windowing right there, so like it's already down to like between the T and the U there. So this is also moving quickly. So I am pairing these. I discovered this pairing back when this was in This Is Fantasy because this color on its own washes me out a little bit. And this color, as you guys can see, is quite vibrant. It is quite intense, a little bit more on the fall side, I would say. But there's just so little left. There you guys can see the color there. And when I roll it up, that's it. That is all that is remaining in this project. So, what I anticipate I'm going to do, and maybe I'll wear this on my own, or on its own, but I'm probably going to do a lot of these because these both are moving quite quickly, so we'll just pair them together. That is the lip combo I am wearing today. No gloss or anything. I could have put a gloss on top. I have a gloss in my other projects. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, well, but that's lip combo I'm wearing today. This lip liner topped with this liquid lipstick. And together, this is very long lasting. Like it still does transfer, but the color stays on the lips very well. It wears a long time, wears off pretty decently. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. But this is the item in the project. You'll see the little cards. You can see exactly how much of it is left, which is not much. Oh, there's the sharpener. Just found it. And of course, there's the sharpener at the end, which is probably why. So I think actually, when we're looking, I think that's the base of the lip liner right there. At that, which is cutting off a decent part there. I don't use the lip liner. This is working fine enough because I do have it on a bit of that angle anyway. So this is going to be my new kind of fun replacement item for this project. Let's take a moment to talk about goals. What I would like to do for July, obviously, is going to be a big progress month for a lot of these items. Although I do think it is realistic to finish the lip liner within a month because you use so much of it at a time, apparently. I do see it being possible that I could have it finished, and I'm not going to be surprised if I do end up having that finished for the next update. But if you've caught my lip surface project pan, you know I have a much more vibrant, kind of reddy orange lip liner in that project as well. So I do have two more vibrant lip colors that I do pair with other things which serve similar purposes. So we'll kind of see what I'm feeling like over the course of June into the start of July, because time is flying. So I'm not going to for sure set a goal if I want to have it finished, but probably at least half of it. That's just probably a couple of uses. So we'll see how it goes. But everything else, right, 5 uses on Socialite, maintaining that particular course to balance with my use at Eyeshadow project. And again, a lot of these other items, the primer, the foundation, and concealer, I am using on a daily basis. So we should see some pretty good movement on that for the next update. But that is going to wrap up this update. Thank you so much for joining me for this video today. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, let me know what you think of the lip liner. Should I be trying to roll more lip liners in when I finish the Essence one? Or is there another product category you would prefer to see that would fit the Partners in Cream theme? Let me know that on the comments down below so I can take your thoughts into consideration. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.